I became involved in officiating in 1976 in a small town in Quebec. The name of the town is Charleville, Quebec, with about a population of 2,000 people. My father officiated minor hockey back in the Ottawa Valley, and he did junior hockey and senior hockey. And it was about time for him to hang up his skates. So he kind of said to me, well, "Why don't you start refereeing?" So I started in Charleville in 1976 for a couple of years, and then went to school for a couple of years, and then I moved to Richmond Hill in 1981. And to work at the hospital here at York Central, now Mackenzie Health. And I got involved with the Richmond Hill Minor Hockey Association under Rennie Fournier, and just started probably refereeing 4 to 5 times a week. My biggest thing is officiating. You know, when I came here, I just got right into officiating, and that was my big sport. I spent 4 to 5 nights a week in the arenas. It was just a great experience, and that's what I really loved to do, was officiating hockey. It means the world to me. You know what? I moved here when I was 19 years old, and this is where I grew up. And I wasn't born here, but I started my life here. I met my wife here. We had our 3 kids down here at the hospital, and I've worked at the hospital here for 34 years. There's a lot of people I need to thank and have thanked over the years. You know what? It just goes back to kind of when I started here. Rennie Fournier was the refereeing chief of the Richmond Hill Minor Hockey Association, and he was a big supporter of mine. He just threw me into all these games as this 19, 20-year-old official. Brian Lewis, who was a big supporter of mine, he was actually I signed my contract with the National Hockey League. Brian Lewis was the one that called me into the office. Gary Maroney, who was with the OHA, supervisor in this area, and he was a big supporter of mine and opened up a lot of doors for myself. Ed Sackfield. After working, I'd work 8 to 4 at the hospital, and I'd come over to this arena right here and say, "Ed, you know what, can I go for a skate?" He says, "Yeah, take the East Rink or take the West Rink because it hasn't been flooded." My message for up-and-coming athletes and officials, for that matter, is just, you know what, try your hardest, work your hardest. You know what, you've got to take it seriously. You know what, there's a lot of commitment. I've had to make a lot of commitment over the years with my family. You know, you're missing parties and you're missing anniversaries and everything like that. But, you know what, go out and have fun. You know what I mean? Try your hardest. Have fun, be dedicated to your sport. Go out there, set your goals, and you know what, if you work hard enough, you can attain that goal.